Hey y'all, so I'm going to do a quick tutorial on Audacity in preparation for the AP test tomorrow. So laptop cart 5 is the card that they'll be using, and it has Audacity installed on all of the laptops. Some of them though will not have like an MP3 layman encoder, and so you don't really know which laptops those are, but you're still able to save in other files that are not MP3 that College Board will accept. Even though it says it doesn't, it still will accept it. I know it did last year. So they'll open up Audacity. Once they open Audacity, then they will have these buttons here. Sometimes this entire part will be I'm able to move it, so sometimes the students have moved it and it's somewhere over here where this is, so they just have to look for it, and if they put their cursor on it and they see these, then they'll be able to stretch it out and find it. But as long as they find the microphone, then they'll be fine. Depending on which version it is, the microphone might look a little different, but it's still the microphone. If they click it, it'll have these two options, and they'll press start monitoring. So they can do that, or they can press the numbers and it'll start monitoring. So that means it does this. If it doesn't do this, then that means that their mute button is on the keyboard. So then they just have to press the Fn and F4 to turn the mic light off, which will then turn the microphone on. So once they do that, then this means that their microphone works and that they're perfectly able to use this laptop. If it doesn't do this and the microphone either won't shut off, the microphone light won't shut off, or it doesn't do this at all, then that means that they need another laptop. So once they do this, then they're pretty much good to go, and they'll just wait for your prompting to begin the free response for the conversation and for the presentation. So at your prompting, then they will press the record button. So this red one is the record button. This is pause. This is play, stop, and then rewind and forward. So they don't use pretty much play, rewind, or fast forward. They would just be using the record key, the stop key, and the pause key. So once they do that, you will have them press record. At the moment they have them press record, they will need the little AP ID card, because that's the ID number that they'll say in their recording. So they will press record and they'll say student ID, and they'll read that AP ID number from that card, which will start with a 7-1. So then you'll tell them to do that, press record. Student ID 712345 They will hit pause now. They cannot hit stop pretty much for any reason unless they are done recording both the conversation and the presentational speaking portion of the free response. They will pretty much be on pause until they're done. So then they'll wait for your prompting. Okay, the conversation's about to start. The audio telling them to read the instructions and to look over the dialog boxes will then tell them to let go of the pause button or to press record. So record is already on, I just have it paused, so they will just let go of the pause button at the sound of the man or woman telling them, suelta el botón pause ahora, or hit the button pause. They will do that. This is when the audio is playing, hola, and then they are talking, and students are simply listening, waiting for the beep for them to start talking. So then from there, they will talk for 20 seconds until they hear the next beep, and then they will stop talking, listen, and then record again, listen, record. During this entire conversation, they don't have to press anything, and they all know that. They will not press pause until the end of the activity, and you'll hear the audio clip say, ha terminado esta actividad. It will not prompt them to press stop or pause. That is simply I think a you thing, or they know automatically as soon as the conversation is over, wait for the last tone, then they will press pause. Once they have done this, then you will go on to the second part of the free response, which is the presentational speaking portion. For this part, they have 1 minute to read the instructions. Then after that minute is over, it'll say, now you have 4 minutes to plan your presentation. They'll have those 4 minutes to plan. After those 4 minutes, they have, it'll say, you now have 2 minutes to record your presentation. Let go of the button pause or press record now. So it'll say, ha terminado esta actividad. Tienes 2 minutos para grabar tu presentación. Suelta el botón pause o presiona el botón record ahora. So then it'll say, empieza a hablar después del tono. If they haven't let go of this by then they need to let go quickly. Otherwise, they're not going to hear the tone that's going to prompt them to start talking. So then let go of the button pause ahora. I will do this. Empieza a hablar después del tono. Beep. And then students will start talking here. En esta presentación hablaré acerca de cómo, blah, 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 whatever the prompt is. They will speak for 2 minutes here. They're just all talking, all talking. What I would tell them to is to just get close to the microphone. The microphone on the laptop is where the camera is. So they know to hold the laptop funny or to just fold it to get closer to the camera and the microphone during this time, because otherwise if they're talking too low, it's so many of them in the same room and it'll be hard to hear. So once they do this, then it'll be a same beep at the end. Ha terminado esta actividad, possibly. Now is when they'll press pause. So I'm going to show you, stop, I'm going to show you something if they don't press pause. So let's say they press pause, right? And you're ready to save, you're telling them everything. Sometimes this will be this color. So that means that they'll be here and they're like, oh, I can't save it. So they can't save it because it's not on stop. So from pause, they need to be on stop. So now everything is completely stopped. Now they're able to save it. So then they'll be on stop. They'll go to file. Depending on what version of Audacity is on the laptop, you're going to have different options for export. You might have export audio, you might have save other, and then export audio, and then export as MP3. If they go to save project, you notice that they don't have an export as MP3 option, so they shouldn't not do save project for any reason. So they're going to export, they will export as MP3, and then from here, they will sometimes here have it on an Audacity thing, but the very first thing they should do is click desktop either from the drop-down menu or just from the left side of the screen, I'm sorry. So they'll hit desktop, and then the file name will be whatever College Board has instructed you all to tell them to name. So they will save that. Then the save as type must be MP3 files. Sometimes there's going to be some issues because not all laptops have the MP3 plugin, but that's okay because College Board will still accept files that are not MP3. As long as it's an audio that's able to be opened, then they'll be fine. And there's, at this point, after everyone has recorded, they have no option but to save the file. And the WAV file is the next best thing. So they can save it as the WAV 16-bit PCM. So now MP3 files. Then I will hit save. They must get this dialog box that says edit metadata tags. If they don't get this, that means they didn't save it right. So now I'll hit OK. This one will pop up showing me how much remaining time is left for it to save. So now that I've done that, in order to make sure that I don't close this out before I lose it and I don't have an audio file, I always have them minimize the window, go to the desktop, and then it's here. It's a blue audio file. So once that's there, I can also drag my mouse around it and it says MP3 file, so I know it works, or WAV file, however it is that they saved it. Now I know that this is completely saved and it's fine. So now I can press exit. It'll have this again, but I already verified that it is on my desktop, so I'm just gonna hit no, and I have it here. So now they pretty much have it, and then you will instruct on how to upload or whatever the case is for College Board. For no reason should students have internet options, internet open, unless you have prompted them to go to the College Board website first, or however it is that wherever it is that you upload it. But they should not have anything open due to pretty much cheating and honor code violations during the presentation, because a lot of the time the presentation is what they need help on, and they should not be using any resources to do that. So I would just look out as I'm walking around for those 4 or 5 minutes before they speak to just make sure that there's no windows open that are not Audacity only. And then if there's any other programs running at the time of opening the laptop, I would just have them close it, because a lot of the laptops have like Spotify open, so they just have to close it. So then they'll have the file, you will tell them how to upload, and that's pretty much it, you guys. If you all have any questions on how to use Audacity, I cannot be anywhere near the students pretty much, so I would just have Merhawi come to me or send me a message so that I can show her and then she can show y'all. I know that happened last year, so whatever it is that you need, you can shoot me a text message. I'll include that in the email. But I hope this video was helpful. And best of luck with my kiddos tomorrow. Thank you so much for proctoring.